Espor, the history and cultural significance of artichokes. The artichoke is one of the more curious vegetables to have earned a permanent place at the table. Technically an immature flower bud from a variety of thistle, it takes patience and skill to grow, and even more patience to eat, layer by layer, leaf by leaf, down to the prized heart. That a plant so labor-intensive to cultivate and consume has survived for thousands of years and crossed continents says a great deal about how deeply humans have valued it, both as food and as a symbol of refinement. This article traces the artichoke's origins, its journey through global cuisines, and the festivals and traditions that continue to celebrate it today. The artichoke, Cynara cardunculus var. A. scolymus, descends from the wild cardoon, a thistle native to the Mediterranean basin, particularly North Africa and Sicily. Wild and semi-domesticated forms of thistle were likely eaten by ancient peoples of the region long before the plant took the recognizable shape of the modern artichoke. Some of the earliest textual references to thistle-like vegetables come from ancient Egypt and Greece. Greek and Roman writers, including the naturalist Pliny the Elder, described a thistle vegetable resembling the cardoon that was cultivated and prized as a delicacy, particularly among the wealthy. The Greek philosopher Theophrastus also wrote about similar plants in his botanical texts, suggesting a long history of cultivation in the region well before the Common Era. Most food historians agree that the artichoke as we know it, with its softer, more compact bud, was developed through selective cultivation in the Arab world, particularly in North Africa and Muslim-ruled Spain, Al-Andalus, sometime in the early medieval period. The word artichoke itself is telling. It traces back to the Arabic al-karshuf, which passed into Spanish as alcachofa and Italian as carciofo, eventually giving English its name through a series of linguistic shifts across Italian, Spanish, and Old French dialects. By the 15th century, cultivated artichokes had become firmly established in Italy, particularly in Naples and Sicily. Historical accounts credit Filippo Strozzi, a Florentine, with introducing the refined artichoke to Tuscany around 1466, from where it spread throughout Italy. Italian horticulturists are widely credited with perfecting the vegetable into the large, tender-hearted variety familiar today. From Italy, the artichoke traveled to France, reportedly popularized at court by Catherine de' Medici in the 16th century, when she married the future King Henry II of France. The vegetable was considered slightly scandalous in some circles, as it was rumored, without scientific basis, to have aphrodisiac properties, a reputation that only added to its allure among the European aristocracy. England received the artichoke around the same period, during the reign of Henry VIII, where it was grown in royal gardens as an exotic delicacy. Artichokes reached the Americas with European colonists and immigrants. French and Spanish settlers brought them to Louisiana, while it was Italian immigrants, particularly in California, who established the artichoke as a true American crop in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The town of Castroville, California, would go on to become the self-proclaimed artichoke capital of the world, and California still produces the overwhelming majority of artichokes grown in the United States today. The artichoke's culinary journey reflects its adopted homelands, with each region developing its own techniques and traditions around the vegetable. In the artichoke's ancestral region, it is treated with reverence. Ancient Egyptians and Greeks likely consumed early thistle varieties boiled or raw with oil and seasonings. In the medieval Arab world, cooks incorporated artichokes into stews, often paired with lamb, fava beans, and fresh herbs like dill and cilantro. A tradition still very much alive in Middle Eastern and North African cooking today, particularly in Egyptian, Lebanese, and Palestinian dishes, where artichoke hearts are braised with meat or stuffed with rice and minced meat. Italy arguably holds the richest and most varied artichoke culinary tradition in the world. Roman cuisine features two iconic preparations: carciofi alla romana, in which whole artichokes are braised slowly with garlic, mint, and olive oil until meltingly tender, and carciofi alla Judea, Jewish-style artichokes, a dish originating in Rome's historic Jewish ghetto, in which the artichoke is flattened and deep-fried twice until its outer leaves become crisp and golden, resembling a blooming flower. In Sicily and Sardinia, artichokes are often stuffed with breadcrumbs, garlic, anchovies, and cheese, then baked or braised. Artichoke hearts preserved in olive oil, carciofini sotolio, are also a staple of the Italian antipasto spread. The French embraced the artichoke as a refined vegetable suited to elegant preparation. Classic French cuisine features artichokes served whole and boiled, accompanied by vinaigrette or hollandaise sauce for leaf-by-leaf dipping. Artichokes à la Barrigoule, a Provençal dish, involves braising artichokes with white wine, vegetables, and herbs. French cuisine is also responsible for popularizing the artichoke heart as a refined ingredient in its own right, often featured in tarts, salads, and as a garnish for meat dishes. In Spain, artichokes, alcachofas, are deeply woven into regional cooking, especially in Valencia and Murcia, where they are grown extensively. They frequently appear fried in olive oil with garlic and jamon, ham, grilled with a drizzle of olive oil and sea salt, or incorporated into paella as a vegetable component alongside rice and saffron. In the United States, particularly in California, the artichoke has been embraced with its own regional identity. Stuffed artichokes, filled with breadcrumbs, parmesan, garlic, and herbs, then steamed, are a popular Italian-American dish. Fried artichoke hearts, artichoke dip, a blend of artichoke hearts, mayonnaise, cheese, and spinach baked until bubbling, and marinated artichoke hearts as a pizza and salad topping have all become staples of American comfort food, especially in Italian-American communities. Beyond individual dishes, artichokes hold a broader place in Levantine and Maghrebi cuisine, often featured in tagines in Morocco, where they are braised with preserved lemon, olives, and warming spices such as cumin and turmeric. Few vegetables have inspired the kind of dedicated public celebration that the artichoke has. Several notable traditions have grown up around it. The festival features artichoke-themed food stalls, including deep-fried artichokes and artichoke ice cream, cook-offs, an artichoke queen pageant, and agricultural exhibitions celebrating the region's central role in U.S. artichoke production. Marilyn Monroe was famously crowned the first artichoke queen in 1948, years before the festival's official founding, cementing the town's connection to the vegetable in American pop culture. Local festivals, sagre, in towns like Ladispoli, hold the Sagra del Carciofo, a spring festival dedicated to the local artichoke harvest, featuring tastings, parades, and traditional Roman artichoke dishes. The dish carciofi alla Judia is tied to the centuries-old Jewish community of Rome, and its preparation is considered an important part of Roman Jewish culinary heritage, especially associated with Passover and other springtime gatherings when fresh artichokes are in peak season. Beyond formal festivals, the artichoke has accumulated symbolic meaning over centuries. In Renaissance Europe, it was associated with abundance and, due to its unsubstantiated reputation as an aphrodisiac, was at times restricted from being eaten by women in some courts. In modern times, its labor-intensive, leaf-by-leaf eating process has made it something of a symbol of patience and shared, unhurried dining, a vegetable that resists being rushed. From its origins as a wild Mediterranean thistle to its transformation into a refined culinary icon, the artichoke's story is one of careful cultivation, cultural exchange, and enduring appeal. It has been shaped by Arab agronomists, Italian horticulturists, French royalty, and American immigrant communities, each leaving their mark on how the vegetable is grown, prepared, and celebrated. Today, whether steamed and dipped in butter at a family dinner, deep-fried Roman style, or stuffed and baked in a Sicilian kitchen, the artichoke remains a vegetable that rewards patience, and a fitting subject for festivals that honor not just a crop, but centuries of shared culinary history.